What is up, Jabber Nation? We are back. Our last episode is forever in the realm of lost episodes. It's in the Twilight Zone.
It is.
As in, it's gone. But it's good to be back. It's the midpoint of the NFL season, so we're going to go over some key things you usually go over halfway in the season. Disappointments, surprises. And I'm throwing this on the spot. MVP candidates.
Alright. I think we all know the MVP right now.
Mahomes.
Mullins.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Nick Mullins. Yeah, Shout out to Nick Mullins. He was an animal. I'm just going to go on the record. I didn't know anything about him prior to the game. Did not know.
I don't think anyone knew anything about him.
But apparently he looked good. It was Oakland, though.
Apparently he's the next greatest quarterback. So.
Yeah, I don't know how many people today tell me trade Garoppolo. I was like, it's easy. It's one game. Easy.
Calm down.
Easy. Let's
pump the brakes on that one.
Let's pump the brakes a little bit on that one.
Don't give him his Hall of Fame jacket yet.
But wow, Hall of Fame jacket.
I said don't give him his Hall of Fame jacket yet.
Yes, by all means.
Yeah, cause like you said, it was against the Raiders.
It was Oakland. They're
a giant mess right now.
They are a shitstorm.
Yeah.
I don't know what other word describes it.
I don't know, but John Gruden says they're building a championship team.
Did he really say that?
He did.
Like yesterday?
Yeah, after the game. So I don't know who he plans on having on this championship team. And I did hear that he has no intention of trading Derek Carr. The contract he has makes him very suitable for a trade at the end of the year.
It really does, though.
So
it really does.
Yeah, because he only has 3 first-round picks. I'm pretty sure he wants to go for all of them.
Yeah. So, and how's he building a championship team? Khalil Mack's gone, and you trade Amari Cooper.
Well, I saw something that he wants.
Who's your running backs?
He wants to get all of the draft picks, and he'll just draft Alabama.
Oh, draft all Alabama players. I mean,
it can't do any worse than what he's doing right now. So.
Oh, man, really? Why would he say that?
He's got to give us.
Can we just make like a list of like roasting him at the end of the year? It's hard to find an elite pass rusher after they get rid of Khalil Mack.
And building a championship team. So I mean, yeah, he's Oh
my God.
I don't know the players. I don't know how the players in that locker room actually take that seriously or take anything he says seriously.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, you just got torched by a. Is he a rookie? Nick Mullins? I don't know.
Yeah.
He's a drafted rookie?
Undrafted.
Undrafted, okay. But you just got torched by an undrafted rookie, and.
Yeah, I mean, the Raiders made him look like Joe Montana.
Yeah, they made that, exactly. That's what I was saying to myself. Like, he looked like Steve Young out there.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, Raiders fans, dude.
I think you guys are in trouble.
Got that first pick locked up.
Yeah. He'll probably screw that up. He'll probably draft like a punter. Draft a kicker. John Gruden, why not?
So, going into the mid-season things, talking about disappointments, is Oakland maybe like the biggest disappointments?
So I looked up, I went on the internet because I wanted to get ideas. I saw the Giants were 5, but I gotta go with Oakland though. Like,
yeah.
The Falcons were first place for me. I got Giants, Vikes, of course the Niners, Philly, Falcons, Jags. Jags could be in the way.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah, I mean, some idiot picked them to go to the Super Bowl. And
it's okay, your one pick is looking smooth.
Yeah, one pick is looking pretty good, but yeah, the Jaguars, that's not happening. And if anyone could have seen the last episode, they'd have heard us talk about that.
We roasted them pretty hard.
And they deserve it. I mean, they're playing like garbage. I mean, they went into the season with Super Bowl aspirations.
It's just weird.
And they can't do anything. And it starts at the quarterback position. Bortles is not the guy. And they just signed him to an extension in the offseason, so they're stuck with him. Unless they can find some idiot team that's willing to trade for him. which good luck on that one.
It just sucks if you're Jacksonville because they showed so much promise last year.
Well, yeah, they should have
Blake
been to the Super
Bortles
Bowl
showed
last
promise.
year.
Yeah,
And even the beginning of this year, after way they dismantled the Patriots.
Yeah, you thought, I was thinking, all right, they're going to do it. They're going to beat the Pats, dethrone them, maybe even challenge the Chiefs, and then they just...
And they played the Chiefs and got demolished.
And they just went
And,
downhill from there.
And then Bortles is getting benched. And it's a mess right now. And yeah, so like I agree with basically all of your picks there.
5.
Yeah, I mean the Giants I don't necessarily agree with just because I wasn't expecting anything from them.
I put them in there because I was really high on them in the offseason.
Yeah, I wasn't, so I can't put them there. The Vikings, granted,
It's
the
kind of
Vikings
surprising. The defense isn't looking that well.
No, I mean it's hard to put them there just because they are leading the division.
Right.
So, I mean, it's hard to say, hey, there's a point when they are in first place. But, I mean, yeah, their defense isn't what you thought it was going to be. Kirk Cousins isn't honestly as good as I think everyone was hoping to be, especially when you're paying him as much guaranteed money as they are.
You got to give it up to him a little bit, though. 377 yards per game passing, Kirk Cousins. But I've been waiting for that game, where he says, I've arrived, and I haven't seen it yet. That one game where you're like, okay, I see why they paid him all this guaranteed money, and it hasn't shown it yet.
It hasn't. I mean, they could have done just as well, I think, with Case Keenum and would have gotten him cheaper. So.
And it's not like he doesn't have the weapons. Adam Thielen, who I think has shocked a ton of people this year, how he's doing.
Yeah, tied the record for most consecutive 100-yard receiving games.
And you got Stephon Diggs. Kyle Rudolph's kind of been a disappointment this year. He kind of hasn't been where he was last season.
Really, outside of Thielen and Diggs.
Dalvin Cook's been hurt a lot.
Yeah, he was hurt all last year. He can't seem to really stay healthy. So, but yeah, then you look at who the Vikings played. Obviously, they tied against the Packers. They beat the 49ers. Yep. They got destroyed by the Bills.
That's the dark spot for me on their schedule. They lost to the Bills.
They lost against the Rams in a tough game.
Mm-hmm.
They squeaked out a win against the Eagles. Beat the Cardinals. Beat the Jets. And then got beat by the Saints. So I guess you can say they're they've only had really one good win, and that was against the Eagles, who they're themselves struggling and on
they're struggling
the list there. So, they haven't really had a big statement win yet. They play the Lions this week. I mean, you think it's at home, so they should win.
They should win. I'm intrigued how the Lions will look, though, without Tate, but they're pretty high on Galladay.
Yeah, and now next week, the Vikings have an off week, or bye week, and then they come back against the Bears, and then the Patriots.
Oof.
In Chicago, and then in New England. So there's, if you want to make a statement win, there you go. That's going to be the spot to do it.
They go to Gillette, huh?
Uh-huh.
That's a rough one, bud.
Yeah, so, I could see them, like I said, it's hard to put them in the disappointment area just because they are in first place, but that could also be because the division's not that good. And then, 49ers, they're disappointed, but it's not because of anything necessarily, that's not necessarily because of their play, it's because of all the injuries.
Yeah, I put injuries in, 3 writings, all the injuries. You lose McKinnon, start of the practice, then you lose Garoppolo, we've had Breida in and out the lineup, Sherman's missing, you could go down the list.
Right, and then Eagles, definitely disappointment.
I'm just saying disappointment. You thought when Wentz came back that they would, and they're 4-4. They were 16-3 last year.
Yeah, and like I said, they're only a half game out of the division lead, and they still have both games against the Redskins to go. So they still control their own destiny, so to speak.
So do you put the Redskins, though, as a surprise team right now with how they've looked versus last year? Because AP's playing pretty well.
He is, yeah.
And Alex Smith is Mr. Reliable. I mean, he's doing what he does.
I could put them in as a surprise team.
Their defense is top 5. They got Clinton Dix.
Yeah, they got Clinton
See
Dix
how
now.
that looks.
So, then as far as other Falcons and Jags, I would definitely agree with those being disappointments. And of course, I'd put my Packers on there as well as biggest disappointments, just because I mean they're.
So what do you think is going wrong with Green Bay? Just not panning out, or play calls, a little bit of everything?
Play calling is awful. I hate how McCarthy is calling the plays. Time management is poor. They use their timeouts very early in both halves.
You brought that up multiple times. Yep.
Yep. Oh, and play calling too. I can't stand it. I don't. I would say I can't. I'm not in the locker room, so I can't say what it is. But
right.
From the sounds of it, the locker room isn't very cohesive.
You were saying that. You said yesterday the locker room's kind of dysfunctional right now.
And that's on the coaching staff.
Yep.
Which I have been on record of saying McCarthy needs to go.
Yep. Multiple weeks.
Unless, like I said, unless they come back and win the Super Bowl,
right.
He needs to go. He's proven that with an elite, an all-time great talent quarterback, he cannot get him over the edge.
Yeah,
exception of the one season where they had a defense.
Their defense was top 5 that year.
Yeah, so he needs. His play calling's terrible. Clock management's terrible. He needs to go. I get the moves they made. Ty Montgomery, you knew that was coming.
Yeah, if you were a Packer fan and you didn't think that was, I was like, oh man.
And I was fine with it. Now, I mean, there was no coming back after that.
No, because there was a lot of players. Rodgers was beyond pissed.
Oh yeah, they showed him on the sideline.
Yeah.
He was not happy. And yeah, when you're told, take a knee.
Yeah.
And then he had said he made a split-second decision. He wasn't sure where he was at in the field when he was handling the kickoff. So he decided to take it out. I was like, okay, well, one, you can't, use that as an excuse where you didn't know where you were. You're supposed to know where you are on the field. And actually, there's a clip that they showed from him in college where a teammate actually had to tackle him in the end zone to keep him from running the ball out.
Oh, no.
So it's not the first time that's happened. And then, he was upset, threw a tantrum on the sideline from being taken out of play. And then in the conference the next day, he's saying how he's frustrated, doesn't know what his role is. Like, well, dude, you're getting outplayed by a bunch of second-year players. Yeah, you don't know your role is because you haven't earned a spot. And so, after all of that, got traded. Not surprised. And then Clinton Dix, I understand it. He's a free agent at the end of the year and had already talked about leaving. So, you know what? Get something for him. They could have gotten the compensatory pick for him, but that would have been until the 2020 draft.
Sure.
So, get the 4th-round pick now. For the 2019 draft, it's probably going to be a higher pick than what they got anyways. So, they got something for him. And who knows? They could always go out and just re-sign him. That way they got a 4th-round pick and they got him back. So, I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
But I mean, they do have a lot of good young talent on the team. Good young talent, and they have some good veterans, and they just have a bunch of fillers in between. But I mean, it's almost a full rebuild.
I was gonna say, I'm on the spot. You said earlier in the week that it's almost in a rebuild. Can you reiterate on that?
It is almost a full rebuild because Ted Thompson's last 4 drafts, he has the second fewest players out of any other team from those drafts still on the team.
Okay, yeah.
The last draft, they had new GM. He just had a very good draft, very good one. Got Jair Alexander, very good. Belichick is very high on him too. It's like they were going to pick him if they had the chance. So the Packers got him, first. They have a lot of picks this upcoming draft. You have some decisions. Like Clayton Matthews is a free agent.
So do they re-sign him unless he takes a pay cut?
If he takes a pay cut, I'm okay with them re-signing him. If he's wanting big money, cut bait.
Give him the boot.
Let him go. So, I mean, they actually do have a lot of cap space.
They do, and a lot of people don't know that. They still have a ton of cap space, even from the way that they negotiated the Rodgers deal.
So, they do still have a lot of cap space to work with. So, I mean, they can always go out and, pick up some free agents, depending on who all is out there. But, I mean, you almost have to say they're in a, kind of a rebuild mode because they have, quite a few young players. Yeah. They have, the veterans that you look for, like Rodgers, Jimmy Graham, those type of players. And then you have just, kind of a bunch of fillers in there, trying to just work in. But when you have an all-time great talent quarterback and you're not, and you're sitting at 3-3-1.
Yeah, you're wasting his prime years.
Exactly. And like I said, part of that is McCarthy. And they just need a full coaching staff reboot. Just
clear house.
Yeah, clear house at the end of the year. Start fresh. I think that would be very good for them.
Fresh start could be what they need.
I think that is exactly what they need. So, this week they're going to lose against the Patriots. Everyone's all hyped up about 12 versus 12, and it's like,
okay, so I'm hyped up about it as a football fan because we never got to see like Ali and Tyson or.
But I get it, but they're not going head to head. They're not on the field at the same time.
Right? Yeah, that's the other thing about it.
And also you have to look. Both defenses suck. Packers I think are a little bit worse than the Patriots.
Yeah, Packers are I think 20th and Patriots are 17th.
I'm surprised they're that high, 20. But everyone's really excited about it. I get it. You have two. You have the greatest of all time in Brady, and a all-time great talent.
He's going to be a Hall of Fame first ballot.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So it's fun, good. But Patriots are a better team.
So are you saying that defensively, or are you just saying all around, like going offensively with the weapons?
Overall a better team.
Okay, overall. Okay.
Better defense. I can't necessarily say better weapons on offense.
Right.
So if you break down between wide receivers, running backs.
Yeah.
It's fairly even, but then coaching staff, obviously New England.
Yep.
Far and away better.
Yep.
So, as a whole, Patriots are a better team. Like I said, I'm realistic being a fan. The Packers, they're probably going to go. I'm guessing possibly 7-8-1.
7-8-1.
7-8-1, yeah.
So will that be good enough for a wild card?
No.
No.
7-8-1 is not. Nor should that be good enough for a wild card.
Just because of the record.
Yeah, no team that's below 500, I think, should ever make it in the playoffs, ever. So, and then I think if they finish 7-8-1. I hope that's enough for them just to decide to let McCarthy go.
Just let him walk.
Yeah. So, they're going to lose against the Patriots. The next week they have the Dolphins at home. They should win that. And they go at the road to the Seahawks, at the road to the Vikings. Then they have the Cardinals at home. Then they have the Falcons. Then go at the Bears, at the Jets, and then finish at home with the Lions. So, they can go. I can see them go 7-9-1. I can see them going, or 7-8-1. I can see them then going 8-7-1. It all depends on how they respond after that devastating loss last week. That's
the question I have, because so many times you see when a team loses a close game that the next week, if it's another elite team, it's tough for them to get up for that game the next week.
And see how the way they lost that game, getting the ball back to the opportunity, all they had to do, just over 2 minutes to go down and just getting field goal.
I think if he kneeled or let the ball go, I really think that Rodgers would have taken them down the field.
Yeah, with the way they were playing,
they were moving the ball.
Yeah, they were moving the ball quite well on the Rams, and like I said, all they had to do was get in field goal range. That's it.
Yeah.
So if Montgomery didn't do that, I think they win that game. But
it's up for debate.
We'll never know. It goes down as a loss. So I put the Packers in as a very disappointing team. Some of the surprises.
What about the Seahawks as a surprise?
Yeah, Seahawks are a surprise, especially. The way they started the season, with the the offensive line, just like, hey, you want to hit our quarterback? Okay, have fun.
And they're 4-3.
3-3.
3-3.
Seahawks 4-3. Yeah.
4-3, and they're right now they'd be a wild card slot.
So that's definitely a surprise.
It's a big deal.
Bears surprise. Especially beginning of the year getting Khalil Mack. And sitting at 4-3 right now.
Big surprise.
Yeah, so definitely them. Chiefs, I'd put down as a surprise because I didn't think they were gonna be this good.
Okay. Yep. Do I have it? I don't have it. I think last year they were 7-9, and this year they're 7-1.
Yeah, because everyone kind of figured they were gonna be good, but I didn't think they were gonna be this good.
I gotta give it up. I said a few weeks ago that I thought Mahomes was not legit. I think he is legit. I think he's the real deal.
Yeah. Yeah, he hasn't proven otherwise.
They play the Patriots in New Mexico. That'll be a big game.
Rams.
Or the Rams, sorry. Yeah, the Rams. But I don't know. He just makes everybody else better on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Just all around. That could be a Super Bowl rematch. That could be a Super Bowl matchup.
And then, we mentioned the Redskins as a surprise. Then Chargers. I picked them as my division winner.
I picked them as a sleeper.
But obviously they're going against they're 5-2, which is great. But they're going in a division where the Chiefs are 7-1. So.
Yeah, their best bet is a wild card, which they could get because the AFC is kind of.
I mean, yeah, if they keep like that, they definitely should be able to get a wild card.
Yeah.
So yeah, then actually now, well, first hang on. You asked me about the Packers in rebuild mode. I asked you this question yesterday.
Yep.
About the 49ers.
Yep.
With the state of where you are at, the season's gone. The season's done.
Yep.
Do you just tank the rest of this year and go for high draft pick, or do you still try and hope for a win each week?
I don't know, because I haven't.
Because they're not. We're
not gonna make the playoffs.
Now you already ruined your chance at a number 1 seed.
Yeah.
By beating the Raiders last night, but I mean, you couldn't help but not beat the Raiders last night.
Yeah, they're just that bad. I'd have to look at the rest of our schedule, but
I know you have the Giants coming up this next week.
Yep.
So I mean, they only have 1 win.
Oh, man.
And then you guys go on the bye, and then you have at Tampa Bay, which
that could be a win.
By the way, what's going on with their quarterback situation?
I don't know. They bench West and they bring back Fitzpatrick,
and he almost leads them to a win.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then you're at the Seahawks.
That'll be a loss.
At home against the Broncos.
Probably a loss.
At home against the Seahawks. You play the Seahawks twice in 3 weeks.
A loss.
At home against the Bears.
Loss, probably.
And then at the Rams. That's a loss. Now, they might have nothing to play for that week. They could be They could be
sit
resting everybody.
Yeah.
But if they play everybody, it's a loss.
Okay, so that's a really hard question because I haven't looked at the draft prospects yet this year, but I know Joey Bosa's brother's coming out. Mm-hmm. Gosh, I don't know. If we start Mullins the rest of the year, then I would say if we lose every game, I'd be okay with it, but I don't know. I'm a prideful person. I kind of want them to go out swinging,
Right.
Like, if they lose the games and they're competitive, then I'll be like, okay, that's fine.
And I don't know if there's really that clear number 1 standout.
There's not this draft class.
Pick.
Not with this year's draft class.
So it's like, does it really matter if you're picking either 2nd or 8th? I mean, I don't know if it's going to make too big of a difference.
We'll still the worst we can finish is like top 10.
Yeah.
Even, that's the worst we could finish. But if we're competitive and we still lose all the games, then I'm okay with it. So, I don't know, that's a really hard question to answer, though.
Yeah, it goes against everything you normally do. It's like, you want them to win. It's like, but I could see the benefits of them losing.
Right, we get a top 5 pick or something.
Yeah.
Like,
they go along with all the talent you have coming back from injury next year.
Yeah, that's oh man, that's a toughie. I don't know.
But, so then...
Mid-season awards.
Yeah, we got our disappointment surprises, MVP, Mahomes. I mean,
okay. I'm going Mahomes, but then I'm going with Todd Gurley too.
I would love to go Todd Gurley, but thinking about how the awards go,
it's a quarterback
MVP
driven.
is basically basically a quarterback award.
So all would point to
Todd
Mahomes.
Gurley. I can see getting them the best offensive player.
Offensive, defensive, Aaron Donald, or do you go Khalil Mack?
Right now, I'd go with Donald just because Khalil Mack missed the last game.
Donald had some key sacks in that last game,
outside
too.
of the first, I mean, Khalil Mack made his presence felt like the first 4-ish games. Fell off a little bit since then.
I think teams...
And then his ankle's been bothering him.
Yep.
So right now, I'd go with Aaron Donald.
Most improved player. AP?
I don't know if you can see he'd be like comeback player.
Comeback player?
Yeah. I could put him down as comeback player.
Okay, so breakout player, I definitely will have Devontae Adams.
Breakout...
He surprised me. I didn't think he'd be this good. But he does have Aaron Rodgers.
Right, and considering, this year he is now the number 1.
The guy.
He gets the top cornerbacks on him. yeah, there were some questions going in how he was going to respond to that. So, I mean, I could see,
I'm
I
a
could see
Niners
that.
fan though, so I could go George Kittle. I think he's
That's
like
true.
uh
And he's doing that with backup quarterbacks.
yeah. I think he's like third in yards after catch for tight ends.
Breakout player Adam Thielen.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me saying as a Packer fan saying that. I mean, you can't discount what Adam Thielen's
He's
done.
already got 928 yards receiving. He's almost at 1,000, and we're halfway, so he could potentially be 2,000.
Yeah. So, and yeah, actually
His
think
100
about it.
yards break at his 100-yard consecutive games.
Yeah, I mean, they're going against the Lions. I could definitely see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of have to give it.
I would give it
to him.
Yeah, I
Thielen.
forgot all about Thielen. Don't know why, but yeah.
Just popped in my head there. So yeah, Thielen. Coach of the year.
Mike Tomlin? Le'Veon Bell's gone?
Oh.
Redskins coach?
Gruden.
Jay Gruden, yeah.
I could maybe lean towards him. Yeah, it's hard to pick like Andy Reid since all the talent he has. Same with the Rams head coach. Why is his name?
Sean McVay?
Yeah, it's all the talent they have. Like him, the team
He's
should be with how much
expected.
talent.
And they added Dante Fowler?
Yeah.
Really?
So it's hard to pick them. So yeah.
Redskins? Jay
maybe,
Gruden?
Maybe Jay Gruden at this point. Yeah, I could see going that route.
I had a feeling though that they would be competitive because Alex Smith, he's just Mr. Reliable. He doesn't turn the ball over. He makes the check downs. He's
always been known as a game manager.
He's just a smart, quarterback, I guess you could say, the game managing type of dude. You hate to say it, but it's effective.
He hates that term.
Right.
But,
it's effective.
Yeah.
I mean, they're 5-2.
They are, so yeah. I mean, I guess I can maybe go with him.
That's if the Bears were clear cut winning the division, I would say the Bears head coach.
Yeah. Nagy.
Yeah, but they're not.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess at this point you kind of have to go with Gruden because where they were expected to be and where they're actually at
Right.
a little bit better than. Yeah, it's kind of a tough choice there, but. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's basically halfway through the NFL season.
I want to also congrats the Boston Red Sox
Yes.
winning the World Series.
World Series, and I'm wearing my Cubs jersey because as we're filming this, it was 2 years ago today when they won the World Series.
Snap! Anniversary stuff, huh?
That's right.
Shout out to the Cubbies.
They can just take me back. If only I could have been celebrating this year.
It's okay. At least they won one.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, it's been forever.
How many people can even say that?
Yeah.
And how many people in any team can really
Right.
say they saw
Yeah.
their team? I mean, I've seen the Packers win 2 Super Bowls, and I've seen the Cubs win a World Series.
Seen the Niners get to 1 and lose.
It
was awesome.
I have seen the 49ers win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I can't say I've done that. Must be nice.
I really didn't care.
Ish. Yeah.
I didn't care, but yeah, I've seen the Packers win 2. I've seen them go to 3, and then yeah, I've seen the Cubs win a World Series. So yeah, I've witnessed 3 of my teams winning a champion. Or witnessed 3 champions for my team. So that's more than a lot of people can say. I mean,
I'm still waiting for them to win a Super Bowl with me watching it, the Niners.
I mean, it will. I don't want to say it guaranteed it'll happen, but it will most likely happen at some point.
Probably win
Or,
them 70.
Look how many Vikings fans have been saying that. How many Lions fans have been saying that.
Right, I can't get too mad because we've won at least...
You've won 5.
5, yeah, we're 5-1 in the Super Bowl.
5-1. Oh, okay, yep.
Yeah,
okay,
record,
yep,
sorry.
Yep. I had to think about that loss there for a second. I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one with
We lost to the
Kaepernick
Ravens.
and
Yep.
Harbaugh.
We don't have that goose egg like some teams. So
No,
it could be
but I mean,
worse.
you have the 3rd most.
Yep.
2nd most, tied for 2nd most. Because Patriots have 5. You guys have 5, and then the Steelers have 6.
Yes.
So you're tied for
we're
the
tied
second
for
most.
second most. Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I can't.
Yes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this all happened prior to you.
Yeah. Lucky me.
Yeah, well, that's what happens with a lot of people.
Lucky me.
So that's how many people watched the Cubs for 108 years and never got to see anything. So
that stat is still just unreal to me. That is nuts.
That is, and
that's crazy.
Yeah, now it's the I think it's the Arizona Cardinals that have the longest drought in professional sports right now.
Okay. Champions.
Wow. Yeah. So.
And it doesn't.
That's not happening. No. That's not changing anytime soon.
No, they're.
Whew. They don't have a lot to go off of.
They got a lot of work.
And next year they're losing Fitzgerald. I'm assuming he's going to retire.
I would plead that he retires.
Unless he can get traded to a different team.
That's the only way. If he doesn't retire, if he gets traded to like a team that can at least contend, he's the one player I want to see get a ring before he retires.
Yeah, he came close. He got to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he came close when they played the Steelers, but they didn't quite get there.
No, but yeah, it's been an interesting first half of the NFL season to
it's going to be an exciting second half.
Interesting.
Lots of
first half. I am kind of losing hope in my Packers. I don't foresee the playoffs this year.
Don't foresee the playoffs.
Not the way things are going right now.
Do you think though they could still go on a run?
They could.
Like they did in 2010?
I'm not going. Ooh, I don't know about 2010. I'm not saying that there's not that possibility, but if I had to put a fair amount of my money on what would happen, I wouldn't put it on. Yeah, they're going on a run.
Okay.
I would put on. Yeah, they're probably gonna miss the playoffs because I don't have any faith in the coaching staff. I have faith in Rodgers. I mean, that offense I still think can do well. They have a great running game.
I was going to say.
Again, the coaching staff doesn't like to use the running game.
So with Montgomery gone, will that leave Aaron Jones to get more carries now?
Jones and Williams. I mean, Montgomery wasn't getting much in the beginning. He was only on the field for like 6 plays last game. So he was a non-factor. Anyways, it was Jones and Williams, regardless. And like I said, they need to rely on the running game more. For some reason, they hate. Like they bring on these great runs.
They're too reliant on Rodgers.
Let's stop that running game.
That's their thing right now. They're too reliant. He has too much pressure on his shoulders. If you have a running game
or a
defense that's even like mediocre, but their running game is not bad.
No, their running game is actually good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It is a good running game. It's just they always give up on it so quick. And yeah, I mean, if they utilize their run game properly,
that would help their defense.
Which would help their defense. And if their defense could, like I said, just get up to like middle of the pack, 15th ranked.
Yep.
That's all you just get up there.
Just get up to 15.
You're looking at a completely different, Packers team. You're looking at one that will contend every game, that can go against anybody.
Yep.
But when you break out 2 10-yard runs in a row and then you pass for the next 10 plays.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't. What is that doing? So
right.
So yeah, I'm losing faith in mine, and then obviously the 49ers are out of it. So come playoff time, we're not gonna have a whole lot. We're not gonna have much to cheer for.
We can at least get together and watch the games.
Oh,
we could do Facebook Lives on Sports Jabber.
Yeah, we'll still watch them.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna have any vested interest in any of it unless we're actively rooting against the team.
So I will say NFC. 2 teams I will root for. The Rams, but more so the Saints, because I would love to see Drew Brees get a ring and retire when he wins.
Well, that's what I called.
That's the one team that's looking good for you.
Well, I said that Drew Brees would retire afterwards of winning. So you kind of don't want to see him retire because he's still playing really good.
Yeah, but nobody talks about the guy. He's so good.
He is. He gets overshadowed.
It's just because he's playing in the league where it's Rodgers and Brady.
Well, right now in Mahomes.
And Mahomes too, yeah.
Yeah,
and still no one's talking about Drew Brees.
He gets overshadowed some. But I mean, he's a walk-in Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Once he retires, 5 years later, he's in. And, I mean, yeah, very good shot of winning a second Super Bowl this year. How great would that be if it was the Saints and Patriots in the Super Bowl?
Oh.
Brees and Brady. Woo! I mean,
that'd be a treat.
Yeah, that would be
that would be good.
That would be the one time where it's like, I actually don't mind seeing the Patriots in there. They're playing like the Saints or the Packers just to see the quarterback matchup. But yeah, Packers, that's not happening this year, so Saints. So yeah, So I'm gonna revise my Super Bowl pick because I know my AFC team's already out of it. Jaguars, they're done, not going anywhere. So I mean, right now
my team's still in at the Pats.
Pats are. Super Bowl, I'm gonna go with the Pats just because I still prefer Belichick over Andy Reid in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's even if the Chiefs win the home field, and it's in Arrowhead, yeah, it'll be a ruckus, but it'll be the playoffs, and it's hard to bet against Belichick and Brady. They've been there a million times.
And they seem to have Andy Reid's number.
Yep.
And Andy Reid just cannot seem to do much in the playoffs.
So yeah, what if the Chiefs lose, if they have a first round bye, and then they lose in the second round? Will Andy Reid get fired?
That's something they seriously have to consider.
I mean, he's good, but he can't get him out of that hump.
Well, I mean, we say the same thing on Marvin Lewis.
Let's not even get started. It's going to take us like 20 minutes if we get started on
I mean,
that.
yeah, you think, well, he should be fired.
But he's comes back every year.
Yeah, and like same thing, if they lose the first one, it's like, yeah, he should be fired, but will they? That's the thing. It's tough to say. And speaking of fired coaches, it was not a good time to be a Cleveland coach.
Yeah. Okay, so we need to give that at least a tiny bit. Okay, they have Hugh Jackman. They give him nothing really to work with. Again.
Hugh Jackson.
Hugh Jackson, sorry.
Hugh Jackson's Wolverine.
I was thinking of Marvel. Sorry.
So
he was on my mind. I was thinking of
They
the
might
claws.
do better if they had Hugh Jackman.
Yeah. Hey, if they don't do good, he could just rip out his claws, right?
Exactly. So yeah, they fired Hugh Jackson, then they fired Todd Haley.
Yep.
And then also, by the way, Cavaliers fired coach
Tyronn Lue. Yep.
And, coach.
Bad state in the Cleveland right now.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a rough time to be a Cleveland coach.
So do you agree with the Hugh Jackson firing? Or are you like, they should have given him more to work with first?
They should have given him more to work with. I mean...
His whole coaching career or this year?
This year.
This year, okay.
So yeah, they should have had him go to end of this year. I know there was a lot of headbutting between him and Todd Haley.
Yeah,
so I think that's probably what led to it.
Lot.
Instead of just firing Todd Haley, it's like, we're just going to get rid of both.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, I think, they should have given it to the end of the year, but in your future, you have to get someone else in there for Baker Mayfield. But then you have Greg Williams, who's a defensive-minded coach.
Yeah.
How is that going to help Mayfield? And is that going to be your head coach next year? So you're going to have Baker Mayfield with this coach for a short period of time, and then next year you have another person coming in that he has to learn a new system for. So yeah, going into this year, they had, obviously not playoff aspirations.
No.
But they had this, they had some expectations of
win more games than what they've won. What they will win.
Right, so, right now, if you're Browns, you're like, okay, this year's basically... And yeah, you came with, really high hopes. You won a couple, you thought, things were turning around, and then now it's kind of the same old.
At least they won a game.
Yeah, they won 2.
They won 2, that's more than they won last year. They were 0-16 last year.
Yeah, they won 2 games. They've been in all of them.
That's the most frustrating part as a Browns fan, because they should have beat the Steelers.
They could have very well beat the Saints.
Yeah, the Saints, there was like you said, there was a lot of games where they were there. They just couldn't capitalize or finish. 4
of their games have gone into overtime.
Yeah.
So, it's a lot of it has been just, missed kick here, make kick there.
Yep.
So, they could be, their record could be very good.
Could be.
But
they could be 500 or slightly above or below.
It's the way it happened. They're not. Yeah, Hugh Jackson kind of took the blame for it, but I didn't have anything to say. I would have given it to the end of the year, but I kind of get it. But you're not going anywhere. Just keep on to the end of the year and then just cut me with that.
I was shocked by it when it came through my phone. I was like, "Why are we? What? Okay."
Yeah,
I was I guess.
Really quickly, do you agree with the other firing, Tyronn Lue?
What did they expect? LeBron left. What did they expect him to do? He actually has to coach. He actually had to coach. That was the big thing.
And then Love is hurt.
Yeah.
So J.R. Smith is wanting a trade. And the Cavs are just
I didn't think they would downward spiral this bad.
When your entire team is one player.
I know.
And then we all know Tyronn Lue was not coaching that team.
No, that was Braun.
Yeah.
That was Braun's. He was the player coach.
Yeah, LeBron won that championship as a player and a coach.
Yep.
Tyronn Lue was just a figurehead. He's like, I'm the coach.
Exactly, I'm here.
He won a championship ring as a coach, doing really nothing.
Yeah, literally just saying I'm the coach, just sitting on the sideline.
Basically.
Along for the ride.
Doing, some press conferences, actually.
Yes.
Doing coach stuff.
Can't leave out the press conferences.
So, yeah, I get where they're coming from. I understand that firing. Well, they have a lot of work to do in Cleveland.
Yeah.
So now they have to fight
all professional teams. Not baseball, but...
Yeah, Indians are still they're fine.
But yeah, football, basketball.
Football and basketball, they are not in a good spot right now. Yeah, and then, for basketball, your season just started. You're just off. That mess already. Just a huge mess. But if it gives you any solace, LeBron's not doing that great with the Lakers.
Are you?
Well, I shouldn't say LeBron.
surprised?
LeBron is doing fine, but the Lakers as a whole aren't doing that. Doing that well. So you have that to hang your hat on.
Young squad.
They are, and then we'll see what happens next year because a lot of people are on 1-year deals. There's Kevin Durant going over there.
I've heard rumors.
Kawhi. There's a lot of different possibilities there. Which once again, if that happens, I hate these super teams. It's just a pain.
We could start watching lacrosse.
At least every team has a chance every game. When you watch the Warriors put up 92 points the first half.
Scored 149 total.
Yeah, that's because they stopped trying in the second half.
Yeah.
Just
imagine they could have scored 200. Probably.
Yeah, they could have. If they went full board the second half, they could have gone 200. Yep. But no, they're like, all right, we'll stop now. How many times this year is Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant not going to play the entire fourth quarter because they're just killing the team?
A lot, maybe, if it keeps going.
And then the one team you thought could challenge them in the West, the Rockets, are doing terrible.
Oh, man, that's another episode in its own.
So, we'll have to get into that next. We'll get more into basketball in the next episode. There's a lot going on there. There's a lot of disappointments happening there, and there are some good surprises. So we'll get into that next time.
Slightly short note, guys. We got a big slate of even college football games this week. Penn State plays Michigan. Mm-hmm. LSU plays Alabama. The Bison will probably continue to roll.
It's Youngstown.
Also, we have the Ravens and Steelers. That'll probably be a street fight. Usually is. Also, the Rams go into the Saints. Ballsy, give me the Saints as a lock pick.
Same here.
And, of course, we have the 12 versus 12 matchup Sunday night. So,
a lot of good games. So, everybody enjoy your weekend watching football and basketball. Subscribe, like us on Facebook, leave comments, questions below. Good night.